Thousands of people wait in line for hours for basics. Hundreds of thousands still have nothing at all, and they're getting desperate.
These are locals here who are handing out whatever they have, and you can see the children, the families running to collect. International aid organizations are trying to take a more organized approach. They're worried about the kind of chaos that this creates, but the people who live here, they want to provide help to so many who are in such need.
An estimated 800,000 Rohingya Muslim refugees are living on Bangladesh's border. Nearly half of them arriving in the last 3 weeks, fleeing a violent military campaign in nearby Myanmar. Juno remembers bullets were flying around like rain.
This is what they've escaped to, an overcrowded camp with tens of thousands of people in it. We're seeing children that are running around without any clothes. The clothing is soiled. There are piles of feces almost everywhere you step. This is one makeshift kind of washroom that we've seen.
Aid organizations are building toilets, working to provide clean water, and vaccinating children to try to stop the spread of disease.
I can only describe it as wall-to-wall human suffering.
The crisis is already too big for Bangladesh's government to bear alone.
This area, the population here is already suffering from deprivation, and the strain on services that this is causing needs to be addressed as well. I mean, education, health, disaster-prone area as well.
Trauma counselors at the camps are trying to help the Rohingya with what they've already seen, what they've survived. At least 1,300 children are still separated from families that fled as their villages burned. Juno says government forces carried out attacks late in the night and early in the morning. They forced girls hiding inside their homes to come out. Myanmar's military insists it's doing what it needs to wipe out terrorists after an attack on border guards. The United Nations calls it a textbook case of ethnic cleansing of minority Muslim group that has lived for generations in a predominantly Buddhist country. The government forces are torturing us, kidnapping and hacking the young men and boys, she says, raping women and girls. That's why we ran away and came here. All she's found now is this spot off the side of the road. She can stay dry here during the end of monsoon season. Alexandra Field, CNN, Kutupalong Refugee Camp, Bangladesh.
We have it under evaluation. It's a very serious issue with respect to the harm that certain individuals have suffered. We've brought some of those people home. It's under review.
Out of road because in the past the approach taken to the problem of North Korea and the Kim regime over decades has been to enter into long drawn-out negotiations that then deliver an unsatisfactory agreement, an agreement that then the North Korean regime breaks. This regime is so close now to threatening the United States and others with a nuclear weapon that we really have to move with a great deal of urgency on sanctions, on diplomacy, and on preparing, if necessary, a military option.
Take off towards one of the most brutal battlefields in Syria, protected by heavily armed gunships. The Russian army is taking us to the former ISIS stronghold Deir ez-Zor.
Even though the Syrian and Russian armies have managed to push ISIS back, there still are a lot of ISIS fighters here in this area. That's why taking the helicopter is the safest way to get to Deir ez-Zor.
After landing in this dusty desert town close to the Iraqi border, the Russian army takes us to the city center. ISIS ruled most of Deir ez-Zor for more than 3 years and besieged government-held parts of the town. Now, commerce is returning here.
No, Russia is a friend, a very, very good friend. We like Russia. We respect and appreciate them. What Russia did for us is so great. Their efforts are too great to describe.
The Syrian army and its Russian backers are continuing their offensive against ISIS in southeast Syria, trying to win back the remaining parts of this key town, which remains scarred by the fighting.
This area here used to be right on the front line between Syrian government forces and ISIS. And the entire area that you see behind me here, all of these sand berms, just a few days ago, those were ISIS fighting positions.
The Russian military says it believes a victory in Deir ez-Zor would put them close to ousting ISIS from all of southeastern Syria.
Our forces have already pushed ISIS about 5 to 6 kilometers away from the city on the left side of the Euphrates. But the most important thing is the blockade on the city has been lifted and the people are receiving humanitarian aid.
But gains are quickly reversed in the eastern Syrian desert, and Russia warns while the forces they support have been moving forward fast, tough battles still lie ahead. Fred Pleiken, CNN, Deir ez-Zor, Syria.
رجب طیب اردوغان رئیس جمهور ترکیه برای شرکت در تازه‌ترین نشست مجمع عمومی سازمان ملل متحد به نیویورک رفته، جایی که او با توجه به تحولات اخیر در خاورمیانه به ویژه موضوع همه‌پرسی اقلیم کردستان عراق و تحولات سوریه حتما حرفای زیادی برای گفتن خواهد داشت. روزنامه سبا از این هفته به عنوان هفته جلسات برای اردوغان نام میبرد و مینویسد اردوغان در دیدار با رهبران جهان در مورد تحولات سوریه، عراق، بحران مسلمانان آراکان و همینطور مناقشه قطر و کشورهای عربی سخن خواهد گفت. اردوغان پیش از ترک استانبول به مقصد نیویورک در کنفرانس خبری در جمع خبرنگاران بخشی از دیدگاه‌هایش در مورد تحولات منطقه را بیان کرد. او در رابطه با عراق گفت هنگامی که از تنوع قومی به عنوان بهانه‌ای برای تجزیه خاک عراق استفاده شود، ما نمی‌توانیم نسبت به این مسئله بی‌تفاوت باشیم. اردوغان بار دیگر تهدید کرد که کشورش اجازه این کار را به مسئولان اربیل نخواهد داد. او گفت در سفر به نیویورک با سران برخی کشورها از جمله رئیس جمهور امریکا و مقامات ارشد آن کشور دیدار خواهم کرد. اردوغان میگوید دیدار و گفتگو با رئیس جمهور امریکا از اهمیت زیادی برخوردار است و نتایج آن برای دو کشور ترکیه و امریکا مثبت خواهد بود. روزنامه استار هم مینویسد اردوغان با ترامپ در مورد استرداد فتح‌الله گلن و خرید سامانه دفاعی S-400 صحبت خواهد کرد. اما در امتداد تحولات شمال عراق در داخل ترکیه هم ملیگرایان با حساسیت خاصی این خبرها را دنبال می کنند. دولت باغچلی رهبر حزب حرکت ملی ترکیه گفته اگر رفراندوم کردستان عراق برگزار شود معنای آن فلج شدن ترکیه است. او میگوید کرکوک یک شهر ترک نشین و متعلق به ترکمن هاست و اگر در این شهر قرار باشد رفراندومی برگزار شود دولت ترکیه نباید بی تفاوت باشد. بینالی ییلدیریم نخست وزیر ترکیه هم همصدا با این نگرانی ها میگوید برگزاری رفراندوم در شمال عراق مسئله مربوط به امنیت ملی ماست. او گفت اگر این اتفاق بیفتد شک نکنید که ترکیه اقدامات لازم را انجام خواهد داد. ییلدیریم در این زمینه با حیدرالعبادی نخست وزیر عراق هم گفتگوی تلفنی داشته و به عبادی گفته است تصمیم اقلیم کردستان اشتباه است و دولت ترکیه و عراق باید برای منصرف کردن مقامات اربیل با یکدیگر همکاری کنند. روزنامه یعنی شفق هم با تهدید می‌نویسد خطوط مرزی عراق و ترکیه را این بار ما خواهیم نوشت. یعنی شفق در اشاره به دستاویز قرار گرفتن اقلیم کردستان عراق از سوی اسرائیل، اقلیم کردستان عراق را به اسرائیل کوچک تشبیه می کند. و نهایتاً روزنامه ملیت از روزهای خوب گردشگری ترکیه خبر می‌دهد و می‌نویسد گردشگران کشورهای عرب و ایرانی به هتل‌های استانبول هجوم آوردند.